What is up, YouTube fragrance family and friends? I'm Tommy with Studio Sense and welcome to another video review. Today I've got a special video for you because it is my very first, that's right, count it, my very first fragrance haul for 2021. Now, why did I wait so long? I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I've done a fragrance haul, so now is the time. So when we return, I'm gonna feature 6 fragrances that I've pulled out of boxes recently. We'll go over each one of them, why they might be beneficial or why you might want to avoid them, that and more, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. I'm really excited about today because it's my very first fragrance haul of 2021. I've got 6 fragrances we're going to take a look at, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this fragrance haul. The very first fragrance that we're going to take a look at, of course, oddly enough, I'm wearing Tommy Hilfiger, so we're going to be talking about Impact. Came out just last year. Let's go ahead and check it out. Stay with me if you want it. So the cap is also a travel spray. So that's kind of cool, something a little bit different for Tommy Hilfiger. It looks like a wine bottle opener, actually. Set that aside and let's get out the fragrance. Impact. Interesting. You take that out and there you go. You got your little travel spray right there. Pop that out. That's your actual travel spray, which is cool. And then you put this back here like that. And then this goes on top of like that. So I have to admit, that's pretty cool. So I just actually ordered the new 2021 release Impact Intense by Tommy Hilfiger. That is on its way. So when that comes, I'll do an actual individual review of that. Pretty cool. You know, you've got your travel atomizer and then you've got your standard 100 ml bottle. Let's talk a little bit about that note breakdown. Okay, so this is something new for a Tommy Hilfiger fragrance. This is kind of balsamic and powdery in a Prada-esque way, which I really like. It's almost got like a sporty, fresh, minty feel to it, but it also has some nice balsamic powdery in there too, but not like a talcum, like a too far powdery. Now this I dig, this I really like. This one is going to be one of those summertime fragrances, spring and summer fragrances that you will want to wear during high activity. I like the powderiness of it, the minty freshness of it. It's got a little bit of smoky in the background too, which is really interesting. Kind of a light creamy woodiness to it. It's got some unique characteristics to it that I really like. Tommy Hilfiger Impact is a win. Next up is a fragrance from the house of Gucci from the Gucci Pour Homme line of fragrances. This particular fragrance is called Gucci Pour Homme Made to Measure. Let's check out that presentation. So that's really cool. It's the new type of bottle that's just square and it has like the door knocker for the actual, you pull that up and that's your atomizer there. And this is your actual lid that clicks into place. So let's talk a little bit about the note breakdown. Gucci Made to Measure is an aromatic fougere for men. Let's go ahead and check out that juice. It's got kind of a gold brushed metal look to the actual atomizer and to the lid itself. The atomizer is spitting a little bit. Nice, nice. Okay, so this is kind of in line with a semi-barbershop. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Dolce & Gabbana, The One Gentleman. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Zara Pour Homme Intense. When you think of the term made to measure, you think of a tailored suit, right? So a guy getting fitted for a nice tailored suit, that's the perfect imagery for this particular fragrance. It's got that dapper, manly, aromatic fougere spiciness to it that is very similar to barbershop fougere. So it's just really spicy, floral, very masculine, but it also has a twist of that modern, which Gucci is very well known for being a very modern forward-thinking fragrance, and Gucci Pour Homme Made to Measure is no exception. Next up is a fragrance from the house Chopard. It is Chopard 1927 Vintage Edition. Now, Chopard fragrances are relatively, I don't want to say expensive, but just under $100. Typically, they're right around 80. This one is really inexpensive. So the box is red, silver, and black. Nothing to write home about in terms of the box itself. So the bottle is really cool. You've got a rubber. It's almost like the wheel of a 10-speed going around the center here, and then you've got a nice brushed metal, and then a small tag that says 1927 Vintage Edition Chopard. But it's just kind of like a brushed silver metal. Really cool looking presentation. Before we check out the juice though, what about that note breakdown? Vintage. Okay, I see you. This kind of reminds me of Fabergé Brut days. If you've ever tried Brut, this isn't quite as green. It carries that more gentlemanly fougere type of scent, but on the youthful side. By youthful side, I mean it's got a light powderiness to it. It's got some metallic features to it, and some really nice spices that keep it not only feeling relatively mature, but also pretty modern. It's got a very modern feel to it. So if this is vintage, then it was very forward-thinking vintage. I can't wait to actually wear it and see what it's like on skin. I would like to do a skin test for each one of these, but I don't have the time. This one is a win. It's just a very gentlemanly, it does have a throwback feel to it, but it also has that modern balsamic. If anything about that description pings your interest, you'll probably really like Chopard 1927 Vintage. This is from a house, Jeff Harley's. Yes, I am the King Lion. Curious about anything that promotes itself as being the top of the food chain. Yes, I am the King Lion, so let's check out that presentation. I don't know if you can see here, but the entire box is gold. Well, it's black, and then the words are gold, and the graphic of the lion is gold. And that follows true with all of the words on the box. That is a badass looking bottle. So you've got a lion, and that the entire rest of the bottle is black, but you can see through it. Yes, I am the King Lion. On the very top of the lid, you've got the logo for the company as well. So the presentation is boss. I really like that bottle, and I really like that look. What about the note breakdown, however? All right, so we know it's got some interesting notes in it. It's going to be a little bit darker, richer fragrance for especially cooler weather. But let's check out that juice. Wow. The atomizer has some really good give to it, which means it's super easy to spray, and it sprays quite a bit of juice in one pump. So for a very inexpensive fragrance, I like the presentation. So I'm won over relatively easy by smells that have a super smooth, creamy blend. If you want a scent to be crowd pleasing, and specifically if you want a scent to pull you compliments, first it's got to be slightly loud, which this isn't necessarily loud, but it's also got to be very creamy, lightly sweet, and something that everybody likes, kind of a smell that everybody likes. This definitely checks those boxes thus far. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Diesel's Spirit of the Brave Intense, not as loud as that. And also there's like a darkness, there's like a creamy darkness in the background of this. There's definitely like a cacao, some form of resinous something to make this a little bit darker, richer. This is a unique fragrance, I think. It's definitely going to be one of those that you could wear on date nights. It's also got a magnetic lids, I think are awesome on the presentation. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to pick yourself up a bottle. But if you do like darker, creamier, slightly sweet fragrances, this would be a good date night fragrance as well as a good year-round signature scent. On the cooler nights of summer, you could rock this. Cooler weather, this would definitely be more appropriate for that. Yes, I am the King Lion. This one definitely is a win as a blind buy. Alright guys, moving right along in our fragrance haul. Next up is a fragrance from the Lacoste line of fragrances, the L1212 line. Now recently I posted a review of the Eau de Parfum version of Blanc. Eau de Lacoste L1212 pour Louis French Panache, or French Panache. Let's go ahead and check out that presentation. You've got that smooth. Now the alligator is painted on, so it's not actually a stitched alligator like most of the others. So this is painted on, it's smooth on the front. You've got your grip on the sides of the bottle. You've got a white cap with a red stripe at the bottom. So this is a very dark, rich navy blue too. I don't know if you can tell by the, in the camera. But what kind of fragrance is it? It's got a really unique presentation. Kind of reminds me of Hilfiger in terms of the colors. You got your white, your red, your dark blue. However, what kind of fragrance is it? Well, let's talk a little bit about the note breakdown. That note breakdown is rather intriguing. Let's talk about the juice. Let's see what it smells like and see what it might be appropriate for. Most of these fragrances are, because of Lacoste being who they are, they're going to be more suited for activities, sports, things of that nature, vis-a-vis spring and summer. So I feel like this is going to be a spring and summer fragrance, but it might err on the side of dessert, slightly gourmand. Let's find out. So it's definitely got the L1212 DNA built right in. It's embedded into the fragrance. It's very bright, it's very citrusy, it's very juicy. It's a little bit fruity or juicier. So this one is going to be a good summertime fragrance. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the CK1 summer editions. All of the editions jammed together. Overall, this is going to be one of those dumb reach, quick grab fragrances. It's going to be similar to the YSL Y line of fragrances in terms of how juicy fruit it is. But it doesn't have a bubblegum juiciness about it. It's not really an Invictus style fragrance. It falls somewhere between Invictus and YSL Y in terms of the crowd pleasing, in terms of how it's going to generate compliments for you. So it's good, it's pleasing. This one, however, is a little bit more refined. It's not quite as youthful and bubbly in terms of that, that DNA. It's got a little bit more of a modern spin to it, so you could actually wear this semi-formally. You could wear this with a shirt and tie equally as well. You could wear it casually. So that's where it's a little bit different than the other L1212 line of fragrances. So it's fruity, juicy, but is also slightly dressed up. Perfect for spring and summer. So if you're looking for an addition to your spring and summer fare, this might be the way to go. Personally, I really like it. I'm happy that I've got it. I'm going to add it to my summer rotation and check it out and wear it more. And hopefully it'll have that good performance to go along with that Eau de Lacoste L1212 pour Louis French Panache. Our last fragrance in this fragrance haul is one that I've had my eye on for a while. It's from the house of Cartier. It is Cartier Declaration Essence. Let's check out that presentation. This box I really like. It's got a dark red. It's got kind of a foil look. You got Cartier Parfum stamp on the top, Cartier Declaration Essence. It is an eau de toilette concentration. It is a 100 ml bottle. But there is your presentation. A really cool looking bottle. You got a dark gradient going to light, and it is a blue. The juice looks like it's going to be slightly yellow on the inside, which changes the blue look a little bit, which I really like. So that's kind of cool. In terms of this, so what it's saying is you flip this down. This is a latch. It's kind of like a trigger latch that prevents you from using this. And then now, of course, that we can spray it once we've got the protective latch turned off. Now I've got it back on. But really like that bottle. Just judging from the look alone, it's going to probably be a darker, richer blue type fragrance for spring and summer. Let's talk a little bit about that note breakdown. Okay, so we got some unique notes blended together into Cartier Declaration Essence. Let's check out the juice. I do like that atomizer. It's very unusual looking. It's got like a dome on top, like a little robot with your aperture here being the eye. Oh, so it sprays a really good bit of juice. Oh man, yeah, so I really like this. This actually reminds me of Narciso Rodriguez For Him Bleu Noir, the Eau de Parfum version. Actually, the Eau de Parfum and the Eau de Toilette Extreme both are very similar. So if you like your blue fragrances a little bit on the dark side, smoky side, with a little bit of earthiness in there, you'll really like Declaration Essence by Cartier. It's very similar to Narciso Rodriguez For Him Bleu Noir. Well guys, that's it for my first fragrance haul of 2021. Thanks so much for coming along with the ride. I hope you enjoyed the presentation on each one of these. I think they all have something to give, especially for spring and summer. And I really enjoy the presentation on this one, and the overall smell and the body of it is going to be a really nice fragrance to get to know better. If you're interested in any one of these, again, I left a link in the description below if you want to check them out. Thanks again for checking out today's video, and as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.